Welcome and thank you for joining us. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noreen. Today we have brought top and trending news from across the nation and the world. Let us begin with the headlines. Donald Trump sworn in as 47th President of the United States. Trump promises Golden Age and major reforms in inauguration speech. Biden pardoned family members before leaving office. Trump announces 10 executive orders on immigration upon taking office. Trump declares national energy emergency and ends EV mandate. Trump kicks off inauguration week with Capital One Arena rally. Vivek Ramaswamy to run for Ohio governor after leaving federal role. Biden freed Native American activist Leonard Peltier after nearly 50 years. Cecile Richards, former Planned Parenthood leader, dies at 67. Chrystia Freeland warns of Trump's threat to Canada in Prime Minister bid. China executes 2 men for deadly attacks, raising concerns over revenge on society crimes. And Lewis Hamilton starts a new chapter as Ferrari driver. You were listening to Headlines, now news in detail. Donald Trump was inaugurated as the 47th President of the United States, marking a historic comeback. Chief Justice John G. Roberts Jr. administered the oath at the U.S. Capitol Rotunda. Trump, 78 years old, vowed immediate action on immigration, national defense, and cultural issues, promising to usher in a golden age for America. Prominent figures including Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Sundar Pichai attended the ceremony alongside political leaders and former presidents, excluding Michelle Obama. Vice President J.D. Vance was also sworn in during the event. In his speech, Trump announced plans to declare a national emergency at the U.S.-Mexico border, end birthright citizenship, and withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord. He emphasized restoring traditional policies by recognizing only 2 genders in official U.S. policy. Trump highlighted ambitious goals including planting the U.S. flag on Mars and reclaiming the Panama Canal, accusing China of gaining control over it. He criticized the Biden administration, stating America's decline is over. The inauguration featured performances by Carrie Underwood, Lee Greenwood, and Christopher McHugh, emphasizing unity and patriotism. Trump is the first U.S. president since Grover Cleveland to win a non-consecutive second term. His administration's sweeping reforms signal a transformative period in U.S. policy and leadership. This news was reported by Girth Merchant and Tawfiq Noor from Millennium TV US and Millennium News 24. Donald Trump delivered his inaugural address after being sworn in as the 47th president. He promised to lead the United States into a golden age and reverse what he described as a decline caused by previous policies. Trump pledged to prioritize national unity, prosperity, and pride. He criticized past government failures in education, healthcare, and disaster response, vowing to restore trust and democracy. America's decline is over, he declared, outlining plans to rebuild the nation. The president announced executive actions on immigration, including reinstating the Remain in Mexico policy, ending catch and release, and deploying troops to the southern border. He also promised to tackle inflation, declare a national energy emergency, and impose tariffs to boost the economy. Trump said his administration would rename the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America and restore the name Mount McKinley for Denali. He also pledged to regain control of the Panama Canal. In an ambitious space goal, Trump promised to send astronauts to Mars and plant the American flag there. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, present at the event, reportedly supported the idea. Trump's speech emphasized American strength and a bold future. This news was reported by Mr. Tawfadar Noor and Gert Merchant from Millennium TV US and Millennium News 24. Joe Biden issued preemptive pardons to his family members, including 2 brothers and his sister, just before leaving office. The move, announced minutes before Donald Trump's inauguration as the 47th president, spurred criticism from Republicans. Biden defended the decision, stating his family faced unrelenting attacks motivated by partisan politics. He expressed no confidence that these attacks would stop. In 2020, Biden had criticized preemptive pardons, calling them a bad precedent. The pardons also included Hunter Biden, previously pardoned for federal gun and tax charges. Biden extended pardons to Dr. Anthony Fauci, Mark Milley, Capitol Police officers, and others involved in the January 6 investigations. He clarified the pardons did not imply guilt. Representative James Comer, a Republican investigating the Biden family, claimed the pardons were proof of corruption, accusing the family of profiting from foreign dealings. Democrats like Adam Schiff had also criticized Biden's earlier pardon of Hunter, calling it a poor decision. Donald Trump called Biden's actions unfortunate. The pardons raised debates about fairness and the rule of law, likely continuing as Trump begins his presidency. President Donald Trump announced 10 executive orders on immigration on January 20, 2025, including declaring a national emergency at the southern border. He stated that illegal entry would be halted immediately and millions of undocumented immigrants would be deported. The emergency declaration allows the military and National Guard to be deployed to the border. However, officials did not specify the number of troops or their roles. Trump also pledged to end birthright citizenship despite its protection under the 14th Amendment. Legal experts and Democrats, including Senator Ruben Gallego, have promised to challenge this move in court. The administration plans to reinstate the Remain in Mexico policy, which requires asylum seekers to wait in Mexico until their cases are processed. Mexico's government expressed disagreement, calling the decision unilateral. Other measures include targeting drug cartels like MS-30, designating them as terrorist organizations, and continuing the border wall project. Refugee resettlement will also be paused for 4 months. Additionally, the CBP One app used for scheduling asylum appointments is no longer available. Existing appointments were cancelled, impacting thousands of migrants. These actions reflect Trump's stricter immigration policies and his promise to prioritize border security. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. President Donald Trump declared a national energy emergency to boost U.S. energy production and reduce inflation. The order aimed to unlock Alaska's resources and end what Trump called the electric vehicle mandate. During his inauguration speech, Trump emphasized the need to increase oil and gas production to lower energy prices and strengthen the economy. He criticized the Biden administration for rising energy costs and inflation. Trump stated the inflation crisis was caused by overspending and high energy prices. We will drill, baby, drill. The energy emergency order will expand domestic oil and gas production, create jobs, and support national security. Trump also announced plans to eliminate restrictions on consumer products like gas stoves and dishwashers, promoting more consumer choice. The U.S. produced over 13.4 million barrels of crude oil daily in October 2024, a record high. Trump's administration plans to build on this momentum. Energy companies are expected to benefit from reduced regulations and increased investments. Market analysts predict that oil prices could fluctuate due to these policy changes, potentially boosting U.S. energy firms. Trump's energy policies mark a shift from Biden's clean energy initiatives toward traditional fossil fuel reliance. President-elect Donald Trump held a rally in Washington, D.C. on Sunday, previewing his plans before his swearing in as the 47th president. Trump told supporters that his administration would begin restoring American strength, prosperity, and pride immediately after the inauguration. Trump outlined his day one actions, including strict border security, reversing diversity programs in government agencies, and new energy policies. He also celebrated the return of TikTok after promising to delay its ban and discussed the recent Gaza ceasefire, which saw hostages released through cooperation between his team and President Biden's administration. The rally featured speeches by Trump's advisors and performances by Kid Rock and Lee Greenwood. Supporters filled most of the 20,000-seat Capital One arena. Trump acknowledged his popular vote win, calling it a mandate from the American people. He also criticized the political establishment and legal challenges he faced, saying they threatened his supporters' rights and hopes. This news was reported by Gert Merchant of Millennium News 24. Vivek Ramaswamy is preparing to announce his campaign for Ohio governor next week after stepping down from his role in Donald Trump's incoming Department of Government Efficiency. Sources confirmed his decision, citing conflicts between running DOGE and pursuing his political ambitions. Ramaswamy, a biotech entrepreneur and former Republican presidential candidate, was set to co-lead DOGE with Elon Musk. Despite leaving, he remains on good terms with Trump and Musk. Earlier this morning, Ramaswamy shared a photo with Musk on social media, captioning it "A New Dawn." This move reshapes Ohio's political landscape. Ramaswamy had shown interest in the governor's race earlier, but had paused plans to assist Trump's administration. His candidacy joins a crowded Republican field, including Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost and State Treasurer Robert Sprague. On the Democratic side, former Health Director Amy Acton has already announced her bid. Ramaswamy's formal campaign launch is expected soon. President Joe Biden commuted the life sentence of Leonard Peltier, an 80-year-old Native American activist imprisoned for almost 5 decades. Peltier was convicted in 1977 for killing 2 FBI agents during a 1975 shootout at the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in South Dakota. The White House confirmed that Peltier's sentence was commuted to home confinement due to his poor health, including diabetes, hypertension, and partial blindness. However, Biden did not pardon Peltier for the crimes. Peltier, who has long maintained his innocence, expressed relief, saying, "It's finally over. I am going home." His family celebrated the decision, with his daughter Kathy saying they were crying tears of joy. Supporters, including human rights leaders and indigenous advocates, praised Biden's decision as a step toward justice and reconciliation with Native American communities. Lawyer Kevin Sharp called the act an enormous step toward healing. Law enforcement groups opposed the move, asserting that Peltier's conviction was fair. The FBI has maintained its stance on his guilt despite withheld evidence and controversies in the trial. Peltier will now return to his homeland, where his family and tribe plan to care for him in his final years. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Cecilia Richards, a women's rights activist and former president of Planned Parenthood, passed away at 67. Her family announced she died at home surrounded by family and her dog Ollie. Richards had been battling glioblastoma and aggressive brain cancer since her diagnosis in 2023. Her family expressed gratitude to her caregivers and invited others to honor her memory with New Orleans jazz and shared meals. They quoted her, "When there was so much at stake for our country, what did you do? The only acceptable answer is everything we could." Richards served as Planned Parenthood's president from 2006 to 2018, advocating for reproductive rights while facing challenges from Donald Trump's administration. She was also a deputy chief of staff for Nancy Pelosi and the daughter of former Texas Governor Ann Richards. Tributes poured in from leaders like Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Planned Parenthood, praising her courage and lifelong fight for justice and equality. Her legacy continues to inspire activism for reproductive freedom. Now it's time for global updates. Chrystia Freeland launched her campaign to become Canada's next Prime Minister, warning that Donald Trump poses an existential risk to the country. Speaking at an event in Toronto, Freeland emphasized the high stakes for Canada, promising dollar-for-dollar retaliation if Trump imposes tariffs on Canadian goods. She reflected on her strong record defending Canada's interests, saying Trump dislikes her for being fierce and resolute. Freeland vowed Canada would never back down if tariffs were imposed, despite not escalating the conflict. Freeland, who resigned as finance minister after clashing with Prime Minister Trudeau, faces competition from Mark Carney, who recently gained an endorsement from Foreign Minister Melanie Joly. Freelance's campaign faces challenges, including public skepticism and opposition to her split with Trudeau. As the leadership race intensifies, Freeland aims to prove she is the best leader to stand up to Trump and deal with Canada's growing crisis. China executed two men who carried out deadly attacks in November, killing at least 43 people. Fan Weikou drove his car into a crowd outside a stadium in Zhuhai, killing 35 and injuring 43. Authorities said he was upset over his divorce settlement. Xu Jiaojin stabbed 8 people and injured 17 at his school in Wuxi after failing his exams and facing dissatisfaction with his internship pay. Both men were sentenced to death in December, with the Supreme People's Court approving the sentences. The attacks have sparked concerns about a rise in revenge on society crimes, prompting Chinese President Xi Jinping to urge local governments to take preventative action. Recent attacks have targeted random victims, including children. China has been known to execute more prisoners than any other country, though the exact figures remain a state secret. Executions are typically carried out by gunshot or lethal injection. Let's have a look on today's sports story. Seven-time Formula One world champion Lewis Hamilton began his journey with Ferrari, marking a new chapter in his career. The 40-year-old driver, who announced his move from Mercedes to Ferrari in February, expressed excitement about joining the iconic team. Today, we start a new chapter in the history of this iconic team, Hamilton said at Ferrari's headquarters in Maranello. Dressed in a stylish suit, Hamilton posed in front of the former home of Ferrari's founder, Enzo Ferrari. He later visited the Fiorano circuit to meet Ferrari's team principal Frédéric Vachier and managing director Benedetto Vigna. Hamilton, who will partner Charles Leclerc, aims to deliver Ferrari's first world championship since 2007. Part of me has always held on to the dream of racing in red, he said. He will get behind the wheel of a Ferrari F1 car for the first time soon, taking part in a test at the Fiorano circuit with the 2022 model. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 19,607.37. The NYSE Composite is increased by 58.74 points or 0.30%. Tokyo stock close price is 38,902.50. The Nikkei 225 index is increased by 451.04 points or 1.17%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,244.38. The Shanghai index is increased by 2.56 points or 0.08%. Hong Kong stock close price is 19,925.81. The Hang Seng Index is increased by 341.75 points or 1.75%. Bombay stock close price is 77,073.44. The Sensex Index is increased by 454.11 points or 0.59%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Donald Trump sworn in as 47th President of the United States. Trump promises Golden Age and major reforms in inauguration speech. Biden pardoned family members before leaving office. Trump announces 10 executive orders on immigration upon taking office. Trump declares national energy emergency and ends EV mandate. Trump kicks off inauguration week with Capital One Arena rally. Vivek Ramaswamy to run for Ohio governor after leaving federal role. Biden freed Native American activist Leonard Peltier after nearly 50 years. Cecile Richards, former Planned Parenthood leader, dies at 67. Chrystia Freeland warns of Trump's threat to Canada in Prime Minister bid. China executes 2 men for deadly attacks, raising concerns over revenge on society crimes. And Lewis Hamilton starts a new chapter as Ferrari driver. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all smart TVs and Roku TV, Amazon TV, Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.